Fernandina Beach, located on Amelia Island in northeastern Florida, has a rich history spanning over 4,000 years, marked by Native American habitation, European colonization, and its role as a significant port. Known as the Isle of Eight Flags, it is the only U.S. location to have been under 8 different national flags: France, Spain, Great Britain, Spain, again, the Republic of East Florida, the Republic of the Floridas, Mexico, the Confederate States of America, and the United States. Below is a detailed overview of its history. Pre-colonial and early European contact. Before 1562, Native American presence, the area was originally inhabited by the Timucuan people, part of the mound-building culture, who called the island Napoica. They lived there from around 1000 BC until the early 1700s, leaving behind archaeological evidence like oyster shell middens used in later tabby construction. French arrival. 1562 French explorer Jean Ribault landed in 1562, claiming the island for France and naming it the Isle of Mai. He also named the St. Mary's River after the same. Spanish occupation, 1565 to 1763. The Spanish, led by Pedro Menéndez de Aviles, expelled the French in 1565 and established a fort and mission around 1686. The mission was destroyed in 1702 by British Governor James Moore of Carolina. Colonial and Revolutionary periods, 1763 to 1821, British rule, 1763 to 1783. The British took control in 1763, naming the island after Princess Amelia, daughter of King George II. During the American Revolution, Loyalists settled in the area, briefly naming their settlement Hillsborough. After the war, many left when Florida was returned to Spain in 1783. Second Spanish period, 1783 to 1821. The Spanish re-established control, and in 1811, the town of Fernandina, named for King Ferdinand VII of Spain, was platted as the last Spanish city in the Western Hemisphere under the laws of the Indies. The town was laid out on a bluff overlooking the Amelia River in what is now known as Old Town. Pirate haven and rebellions. In the early 19th century, Fernandina became a haven for smugglers, pirates, and slave traders due to its status as a free port after 1807. In 1812, the Patriots of Amelia Island raised their flag, the fourth flag, and in 1817, Scottish adventurer Gregor MacGregor briefly established the Republic of the Floridas, raising the Green Cross of Florida flag. Later that year, pirate Luis Ori raised the Mexican flag without Mexico's knowledge. American period and Civil War, 1821 to 1900, U.S. acquisition, 1821. The United States took possession of Florida in 1821, marking the 8th flag. The town thrived as a port, with industries like shipping, fishing, and timber. Fort Clinch, 1847 to 1862. Construction of Fort Clinch began in 1847, named after General Duncan Lamont Clinch. In 1861, Confederate sympathizers seized the unfinished fort, but it was evacuated in 1862 under Robert E. Lee's orders and captured by Union forces, becoming the first Union fortress restored to federal control. It was used again during the Spanish-American War in 1898 but was never completed. It later became a Florida state park in 1935. Railroad development. David Levy Yulee, a key figure in Florida's history and the first U.S. Senator of Jewish ancestry, established Florida's first cross-state railroad from Fernandina to Cedar Key, completed in 1861. To accommodate the railroad, Yulee moved the town south from Old Town to its current location along Center Street, founding the modern Fernandina Beach. He also established the News Leader newspaper in 1854, now Florida's oldest weekly newspaper. Post-Civil War boom. Fernandina thrived in the late 19th century as a tourism and shipping hub, with the construction of elaborate Victorian homes and commercial buildings, many of which are preserved in the 50-block historic district listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Florida House in 1857, the state's oldest hotel, and the Palace Saloon, 1903, Florida's oldest bar, became landmarks. Modern era, 1900, present, shrimping industry. Fernandina Beach is recognized as the birthplace of the modern shrimping industry, with nearly 80% of Florida's Atlantic white shrimp harvested in its waters. The Isle of Eight Flags Shrimp Festival, starting as a shrimp boat race in 1964, now attracts over 100,000 visitors annually, contributing over $16 million to the local economy. Incorporation and growth. Fernandina Beach was consolidated with the nearby town in 1951, taking its name. By 2020, the population was 13,052, with tourism, pulp and paper milling, and fishing as key industries. The city is the northern entry point to the Intracoastal Waterway. Historic preservation. The 50-block historic district, encompassing over 400 structures, includes notable buildings like the Lesesson House, 1860, the Tabby House, and the Amelia Island Lighthouse, 1838, Florida's oldest. The Amelia Island Museum of History, housed in the former Nassau County Jail, offers tours on the island's history. The Old Town Historic Site, added to the National Register in 1990, preserves the original Spanish layout. Bicentennial Celebration. 2025 Fernandina Beach is celebrating its 200th anniversary in January 2025, with events highlighting its history, including tours by Amelia River cruises featuring figures like Yulee and the pirate Peter Short, who was executed in the town.